Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm a grad student at Dartmouth. I'm going into my 4th year. Right now, I'm outside, obviously, in my garden, and I'm here because I wanted to show you some of the plants that I've been growing. So I originally got interested in science partly because I liked being outside and working in the garden with my family and my friends. And now I get to study soil and these really cool organisms called mycorrhizal fungi. And if you've ever eaten food, which hopefully most of you have, there's a good chance that that food was grown because some mycorrhizal fungi in the soil helped it get the nutrients that it needs. So these plants, this plant right here is kale, and this kale associates with, and associate just means that the roots of that kale connect in the soil with the roots on the fungus, and those roots for fungi are called hyphae. So they make this connection, they actually go inside the plant's roots, and then at that site they swap resources. So the fungi in the soil is going out into the soil, it's finding nutrients, and then this plant is fixing CO2 from the atmosphere, right? And it's making sugars. And so that plant feeds that fungus that's attached to its root, and in return it gets nutrients from the soil, like nitrogen, or phosphorus, or any of the other micronutrients that we also need in our bodies, which is why it's so great when we eat plants and other types of food. We get those nutrients too, but they originally came from the soil and from those mycorrhizal fungi that are helping it forage in the soil. So let's walk over to this tree and I can show you a little bit more about what I get to study in my PhD. So this is a birch tree, and you've probably seen trees like this growing around your home or your school. This is one of the trees that I study, and this tree in particular associates or teams up with mycorrhizae in the soil called ectomycorrhizae, and we call them ectomycorrhizae because ecto is a prefix that means out. So these mycorrhizae form these connections on the outside of the root, and that's where the sugar and the nitrogen and other nutrient transfer takes place. So what I'm interested in is how trees like this birch, different kinds of trees in forests here in New England, team up with mycorrhizae in the soil and affect things like decomposition and carbon storage and nutrient cycling. And that's all for now, and can't wait to meet you.